It's the second birthday of a boy that was on the brink of death when he was born. Nicholas was born more than 4 months prematurely at a clinic in Bremen, Germany. Shortly after his birth, he became infected with a multi-drug resistant bacteria, a so-called superbug.
It was in the 24th week when he got this very serious infection. His rate of survival decreased to only 30%. He was given 9 different antibiotics. The doctors had to use trial and error to verify which antibiotic would help, and 1 out of the 9 finally did work.
At least 3 infants died after the outbreak, and as a result, the ward closed down. Dr. Kurner leads the new neonatal unit in Bremen. These germs will appear over and over again. We will never be able to stop them. Our job can only be to prevent them spreading. According to new European statistics, about 25,000 EU citizens die every year after infections from multi-drug resistant bacteria. Within the European research project Anti-ResDeath, Mike Wilson and his colleagues of the University College London want to understand the molecular mechanisms involved in the rise of antibiotic-resistant bacteria. This insight could be of vital significance.
It's important to identify the genes in these bacteria that are responsible for resistance, because once we know their composition, then we can work out new ways of preventing the transmission of these genes from one bacterium to another bacterium.
The researchers isolated various bacteria from more than 50 volunteers after they'd taken different common antibiotic drugs. For the first time, they were able to trace how resistance emerged due to antibiotic treatment, almost in real time. They were able to see how resistance genes and their associated DNA emerged.
So it's sensitive to this antibiotic.
We found that certain antibiotics induced the development of resistance far more quickly than other antibiotics. So these are the kind of antibiotics that the clinician and the general public should avoid using because of the dangers of antibiotic resistance development.
For Nicholas, there was still one antibiotic drug that saved his life, but others may not be so lucky as more and more bacteria become resistant to antibiotics more quickly. Medical scientists and doctors are working hand in hand to stop this trend. But just as important is that all of us use antibiotics more responsibly.